Hello, everybody, and welcome to this new Spanish Loops.
Hola,
This
Fran.
is Hey,
Hola, Fran.
Jorge. Hola, Jorge. Hola, Jorge. ¿Cómo estás? How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm starving a little bit. I'm kind of hungry.
Mm-hmm.
So I need an aperitivo. But
Oh,
why
that's
don't we
the.
keep?
Wait, you know what? That's where I'm heading right after we finish today. That's where I'm heading today. I'm heading with. I have a business meeting later, but we're not gonna have lunch. We're gonna have a kind of aperitivo.
So
What is an
guess what,
aperitivo,
everybody?
Francisco?
That's what we're going to be talking today. We're going to be talking about the aperitivo. Let's get some music rolling.
There we go. Well, Francisco, here we are. So you're gonna go at your side to have some aperitivo with somebody. I'm gonna have on my side to have another aperitivo. Now, how do we explain to our audience what is in Spain an aperitivo?
What is an aperitivo? An aperitivo is something you eat and drink before you go for lunch. Okay? It is an informal get together that, as you have said, for example, you're going for a meeting, and it is a relaxed way of meetings. Okay,
Yeah,
but when you do an aperitivo with friends, it's just you get together and you have a couple of tapas and you have a couple of beers or a vermouth, something like that, and then you just after a couple of tapas, three or four, you go for lunch.
that's right. And okay, some people when I have come to, with some of my tour members or even friends, hey, let's go and have a little aperitivo. There is some nibbles, etc., etc. So they're shocked that here in Madrid, for instance, it's like a kind of tradition that you get a tiny little portion of food for free, included in the price of what you're drinking, okay, what you ordered. And what happens is that in most of the places you cannot choose. They give
Mhm.
you what you have. I mean, if you are a regular customer and you don't like what you are getting for free, that is included in the price of what you drink, you can tell them, but only if there is some certain confidentiality and you are a regular
Complicity.
customer. Yeah, correct. Complicity. Thank you. So then you can say, oh, would you give me something else? If not, no worries. They always, change it without any problem. But in other places, you have to pay for those. It's kind of a tapas, but the concept is different because one thing, you can have many, many tapas and consider that a full meal. But here is something that's it's by the side of the drink, a couple of nibbles and that's it. In some places you have to pay for it, in some cities in Spain, but there are many, many paradises in Spain. One of my favorite one, believe it or not, even if you have to pay for them, is in your hometown, Francisco, in Pamplona, which is it's just
Yes.
food is paradise. It's
Well,
beautiful.
here we do go for tapas as an
Yeah.
aperitivo. An aperitivo here in Pamplona or San Sebastian, we are the tapas world capital all around here. And you just go to a couple of places before you go for lunch. You get together. The origin of this aperitivo is that, for example, if I finish working at 1, you finish at 1:30, and somebody else finishes at 2, what do I do from 1 to 2? So you have two or three tapas waiting for the last person to join in.
Yeah. Hmm.
So that's what aperitivo is. It's just a way of gathering two, three, four friends that are going for lunch, and you have something to drink. Normally, it is going to be a very short drink. It's not going to be, can be, normally can be a zurito, a beer, a very small beer.
Hmm.
When Americans come over here and we ask for a zurito, which is like 2 inches,
Yeah, it's
they're
two
like,
inches in a glass. That's
"Are
right.
you kidding me? This is what we leave behind in a glass of beer." But the idea is not to drink the whole beer. You just drink a little bit with one tapa, and then you go to another place and you drink another 2 inches of. That's how you do it.
Uh-huh.
So here we do a lot with beer or some wine. Okay, so for the wine, many times you don't go for a tall glass of wine, you ask for a chiquito, which is a very small glass of wine, right?
Uh-huh.
Because again, you don't want to be drunk. You just want to have two or three.
So
Right?
say the
So
word again, please.
chiquito,
Chiquito.
chiquito.
How you spell that?
Oh God, I'm very bad at spelling in English. Chiquito, Chiquito,
I
chiquito.
Chiquito. Right. Okay. Yeah.
And the
Chiquito
beer
means
is
little one.
zurito.
Zurito. That's right. Oh my God. That's another
So
word.
zurito and
Zurito.
chiquito. And we love to have that over here. Right?
Yeah.
But for example, in cities like Madrid, you guys go for vermouth.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Oh
this
my
is becoming very
God.
popular lately. That's true. Yeah. Yeah. There's some of those taverns that have been open for more than 100 years in the capital, and yeah, they have a plaque in the ground just to commemorate the centenary of the place. So obviously if they have that plaque, it means that it's more than 100 years old. So there are many good places around in town. Also there are, I mean, the beer culture here in Madrid also is fantastic in the sense of beer, mainly lager and ale, okay. Now it's becoming very fashionable, those brews, different brews of beers, but we are still very much into the blonde beer, just those two that I mentioned earlier.
I
Also,
must, sorry,
yeah,
Jorge, I might
yeah,
say that there's no place like in Madrid
uh-huh.
for beer. I mean, the bartenders, they really know how to serve
Oh yeah,
a beer. I
absolutely,
mean,
yeah.
there's barely no bubbles. You just have the foam on top. I mean, it's like the perfect beers are
Mhm.
always in Madrid. I mean, no matter where you go, you guys know how to serve beer.
Yeah.
Here,
Sometimes the head of the beer, what you call
mhm,
foam, is the head of the
the
the,
head.
the head, yeah. Is sometimes reminds me to my hair because it's like this short and
Well, not
flat.
mine.
Yeah, but yeah, you're right. They know how to work with the draft beer. What do you normally take, Francisco, when you go to an aperitivo? Not when you go to do like a kind of a tapas crawl. Now, when you take an aperitivo, what do you normally
I
take?
do cerveza con limón, which is
Mm-hmm.
because
Like a,
I
like like a shandy, isn't it?
like a shandy. They will go like a rattler or like beer with lemon.
Yeah.
It's just to reduce the amount of alcohol. I mean, and beer doesn't
Uh-huh.
have much alcohol,
Mhm.
but I'm a cheap date.
I didn't want to say.
So
I didn't
if
want
I
to say.
have three beers, I'm gone. So I'd rather have little beers with lemon. So
Uh-huh.
I can, and in the bars, they know me. Instead of saying beer with lemon, I always
Mhm.
tell them, can I have a lemon with beer? So there's more
So it's
lemon than
more
beer.
lemon soda. Okay.
Yeah, it's like there we go. So that's what I normally have because if not, it goes, I lose it.
Uh,
So what about yourself? What do you do?
it depends on the time of the year. Seriously, because
Okay,
whenever it's cold, I like my red wine just to warm me up a little bit.
makes
If it is
sense.
just of normal temperature, I mean normal whether it is cold or hot, but not very cold or very hot, I might go for a beer. But I'm lately very fond of wine. Yeah, I like my wine. And if it is before, I mean the aperitivo, it is always before lunch. Um, I, that's where my heart gets broken here, because sometimes I prefer a beer, sometimes I prefer a wine, sometimes I don't really know. I want both, but
Yeah,
no, it has to be one. But
it
that
has.
those are never go for a rosé wine. I don't like rosé.
Oh God, I love rosé wine.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, white wine,
Mm,
it has to be very special white wine, but rosé wine,
yeah.
I'm getting to love it. Especially, it's easier, it's fresher, and
Yeah.
it doesn't go up to my head as much as red wine.
Mm,
So
well.
I can have a couple, two or three rosés. I'm okay.
Hmm.
If I have one full glass of red
Yeah.
on. But Jorge, what
Yeah.
about when you go all the way south, all the way where you come from Andalusia?
Oh, that's when I just go for a little portion of fish, whatever it is. It depends also where you go, because if you go, I mean, if you go to Cádiz, you have to have the tuna fish.
tuna fish with a white. That
Yeah.
there, I go for
Oh,
some
God.
sherry.
Oh
Some
my
oh,
God.
oh
Yeah.
gosh,
Yeah. It's absolutely fantastic. Yeah. And if also the fried fish that is also in Cadiz and in Malaga as well. Shellfish. There's a lot of shellfish down there, believe it or not. Don't forget that all the area is where the Strait of Gibraltar is. And then there's water flowing from and in to the Atlantic and Mediterranean both. So what happens? There is a lot of nutrients going in and out. So there's a
very
huge,
good.
fertile, let's say, fish and eat and shellfish production in the waters of the south of Spain. Yeah. So
And but also in that
mm,
same area, there's like a triangle where
yeah,
there's a lot of vineyards where you're
yeah,
gonna find the Amontillado, the
yeah.
Oloroso, the sherry, all
The
of
share
that
wines. Yeah,
wide variety of sherries
yeah.
that they marinate so well with the fish, with the
Absolutely.
it's like so good. To me, one of the most dangerous things is in Sevilla when you have rebujito.
Oh God.
How do you explain what is rebujito?
No, you explain it. You brought it up, not me.
So it's one of these sherries they put like 7 Up or what is
Yeah, kind of lemonade. Yeah,
like a lemonade. So it is served beyond cold.
yeah,
Okay, it's like almost to freezing temperature.
yeah,
And imagine you are in Sevilla in a terrace. It's super hot, midday. You are under an orange tree.
yeah.
It smells delicious. And they bring you this cute little glass with something super cold that is very stupid. And you're just drinking, oh, so fun. Another one.
Another one. Yeah.
And you're having another
Another
one.
one.
And you're sitting there perfect. Oh boy, when you stand up.
Yeah. Oh boy.
The world starts spinning around. I was like,
Absolutely.
whoa, what happened
Yeah.
with the rebujito?
Mm. Yeah. True.
I love
Yeah,
rebujito.
but
So
that's
dangerous.
it depends. That's the magic of traveling and trying to find the essence of some points. And in this particular case, in wherever you go, it has the little part of the gastronomy that it could be tasted just by a tapa in an appetizer, in an informal reunion with your friends or your family or in a gathering, and it's part of our culture. So,
It
Francisco,
is.
do you when you go specifically to have an aperitivo with some friends,
Mhm.
what time normally do you make it?
We make it around one-ish,
Hmm.
about one, and then
So it's
you go,
prior to our lunchtime
yes,
in
from
Spain.
one to two. I mean, especially if it's on the weekends
Yeah,
that you are a little bit more relaxed,
yeah.
from 1 to 2:30, something like that, and then you go for lunch. And I know everybody's like, lunch at 2:30, that's dinner time. For us, on a Sunday, you can sit down for dinner for lunch at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Hmm.
So you do those normally. Okay, this is gonna sound very that I'm kind of an old guy. Uh,
Okay, go ahead.
so for us, aperitivo was after mass on Sundays.
Hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so you would go to mass here in Spain. Children's mass, children's services. It was at noon. So at 12:45, you're done. 10 minutes in church because people have to understand that the way we relate with church in Spain is totally different that the way you guys do it in America. In America, when you go to service, you go to the service and then you do community there and you talk with people. Here in Spain, you go to mass and you're gone.
Yeah,
That's it.
you're
I
gone.
mean, you can be 2 minutes, 10 minutes. If there's somebody you meet, oh my God, how are you guys doing? Okay, we're going for an aperitivo. Goodbye. And after the mass, it was going to the aperitivo. Okay, so around one-ish. And then you stay 1 hour, two, three tapas, kids running around, and then you go for lunch.
Hmm.
So
And what
to
about
me,
Francisco when you are on working basis? Let's say you are either at home in Pamplona and you have a group in the morning and then another in the afternoon. So you have to have lunch on your own. And one of my favorite sports when I have that, or even if I'm en route and we stop somewhere for lunch on their own, everybody,
mhm,
finding their own lunch. We all have, don't we? those hidden places that we don't share with anyone. Just to have our aperitivo on our own, just getting a little bit of a break and trying to decompress, don't we?
The thing is that when we're en route, when we are working and we go, 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 go,
Yeah,
uh, there's very few moments that you have time for yourself.
true.
So when you have that moment for yourself, what most of the guys we do, we just go to that place that is around the corner behind the place there that nobody goes except you have
We.
to be very local to know about that place.
Yeah.
So that's where we go, and you have two tapas, something like that, and one beer, and then you just keep on going.
You have
Many
your
times,
appetizer just there, enjoying your beer, a glass of wine, or whatever you're drinking, and having your little tapa with you. Oh, that's one of those precious moments.
yeah. And this, so to me, an aperitivo is a moment to relax, to
Yeah, to
decompress. It's a moment to,
decompress.
if you're by yourself, it's like silence. I many times to me, it's like I don't look at the telephone. It's just you sit down, you have a couple of jokes with the waiter that you don't
Yeah.
know, but you don't care.
Hmm.
They bring you your drink, you something to eat, and you just take
If you
10
give me,
minutes
if
break.
you give me that scenario, and you put me by a window in the inside,
Oh,
that that is, I mean, I'm
people
just as happy
watching.
as a kid, just there, just watching the world passing by. I just love it. I just love
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe in our job, as we are always boom, 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 boom so much, we need these moments of chink, silence,
Encapsulate
people
yourself.
watching.
Okay, well, Francisco, yeah, that's what I said. I'm just have to go, and I will have my aperitivo. I'm pretty sure that if you're gonna have yours, we're gonna be at a certain moment just thinking of each other, saying hello.
Yes.
Here we are. All right. Well,
Anyway, but
anything else that you want to say, Francisco?
before we go,
Yeah.
something that you just started saying, you're going for an aperitivo on a business aperitivo,
Yeah.
okay?
Correct.
And this is something that people from outside of Spain, if you're coming to Spain and you're invited for an aperitivo, beware because this is where you're going to put your guards down and you're going to be all relaxed.
Mm-hmm.
But this is work. Okay,
Yeah.
so you are going to be watch how you move, how so don't you think that because we're going to a bar to have a beer and get some tapas and we might be loud and funny, these are the moments. If you are coming to trade to work in Spain, beware because this is the moment you can lose a deal. If you don't,
True.
if you know how to use the aperitivo and how to be part of it, you might have more chances of signing than if you have no clue what's going on. So the aperitivo, a working aperitivo, is something that is kind of tricky. Don't you think so?
I do, absolutely.
And it's
Yeah.
like,
I remember my old Maria always about, because I mean, when I started working as a self-employed myself, she was like my second mother. And she used to tell me, if you're having an aperitivo with somebody you want to work with,
mhm.
cooperating, it's like everyday life. You go to a shop, you look at what they have. That's your aperitivo. Looking what they have. Then you have lunch. That's when you're doing the shopping. And then if you stay and have dessert with that people is when you're signing the contract. So it's like a process.
Wise words from your aunt,
Yeah.
Maria. Wow, I like that. But she's right. The aperitivo is when you
Yeah.
scout. She's like,
Yeah. Correct.
let's see what's
That's
going on here around with.
right.
Yeah, love your auntie.
Yeah. Okay,
Anyway, Jorge,
Francisco. Well,
enjoy
another
your aperitivo.
another chapter. I'm gonna let you go
Thank
because
you.
I have my aperitivo pending. Okay,
Mine is, I'm in 15 minutes. I have to
15
be
minutes.
downstairs. So,
Okay. Well, chicos,
Jorge,
everybody, thank you for being there. Give us a thumb up, please. That would be absolutely fantastic if you do. Share. Francisco, why don't you remind our audience here what's your website for people
yeah.
letting them know
So,
what they can do?
one of the things that we would love to do with all of you guys is to have an aperitivo here in
Oh,
Spain.
I
It's
would
the
love
best
to.
way to
Yeah.
discover our culture. And if you want to learn about our culture, there are two amazing websites that you can book some tours, which is Jorge's website, which is travelingwithjorge.com.
Hmm.
There you can have all the information about Jorge's tours and everything. And if you want to join my tours, go check travelingsteps.es, and there's where you have all my tours. And as we said, we would love to see you here in Spain and go for an aperitivo. Jorge, see you next week.
See you next week. Thank you,
Amigos.
everybody. Adios.
Adios.
And as usual, we want to thank all our listeners for being there every week, letting us sharing our talks. Follow us in Spanish Loops in Facebook, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or your favorite platform.
And in Instagram, you can find us as the Spanish Loops Podcast, no spaces, all together. If you want to find us the quickest way, just Google Spanish Loops Podcast and you will find us. Hasta la vista, amigos.
See you next week.